stream. We are back streaming Sue's the Rain. Is that true, Lucky?
It is true.
Yeah, Sue's the Rain. Sue's the Rain. Yeah. We don't have Jack today with us. Make of that what you will.
He'll just be like a...
Yeah, he'll just be like... He just kind of shows up every once in a while.
Yeah.
No. Okay, let me switch to scene. No game capture. No, we don't need game capture on. Game capture is not a necessary thing. That's what it's called, Minecraft. I need to go and click on window capture, and I click properties, and then I go and I click on Discord. Stream, we're back. Streamlabs crashed. It did not like my amount of pure raw power. Well, could you agree with that statement?
Yes.
Yeah.
I totally agree completely.
Yeah. Okay, we're ready.
Okay, let's do this.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've taken a one-day break just to get ourselves... our voices back.
Our voice is back from literally nothing. Somewhat okay.
Why are you standing up?
Oh, because I've got Mario Tennis Aces.
Oh. Okay, let's read the report. Reform Committee started preparations. Vice President Vector reported that along with Lucy and Galad, the committee has started working on the written aspects of the package as per the needs outlined previously. They will soon get the legal team involved to complete the writing process. The needed 150 signatures for the proposal has started to be collected within the USP. I guess we don't have anything else to read.
I hit it out, Lucky.
Oh, great. Yes, let's dinner with the business council members.
Wait, am I gonna get to do a Scottish accent?
I don't know. That's probable. It is definitely probable. We are in Lackhaven to work with the business council to assess weaknesses in the economy. Simon organized a dinner with the affluent economic figureheads of Swordland. When we arrived, the streets were bustling with activity, even though the atmosphere in the country was tense. Lackhaveners didn't seem worried. Together with Walter Tusk, Edith Eggnock, Mikhail Avin, and Simon, we have two new voices. We entered the renowned Asteria restaurant by the coast.
Well, no, Simon.
A short blonde man. No, Edith and Mikhail.
Oh, okay. I'll take Mikhail.
Great. I feel like you always just take the guys.
Yeah, of course I do. I don't want to be offensive in any way. I'm just.
I'm actually like not horrible at
I know.
voices.
Yeah, I know. You're not horrible at voices, Lucky. You know, you got one. You use it every day.
I do have a voice. Greeted us and waved his arms in excitement as he told us how pleased he was to have us in his establishment.
Lucky Peach freaking cheats.
Yeah, she's horrible. I hate her.
Yeah.
Beaming with pride, he led us to a private room and got us seated at a large table, covered for the occasion with a maroon tablecloth. We were quickly served by a group of servers. Walter spoke as they started taking our orders. Is this you? I think this is you.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, no, this is Trump.
Oh, it is him.
Yeah.
Yay. You love me some Trump.
Yeah, so I recommend the Lockhaven salmon of this place, President. I know that you're from Lockhaven, but I bet you haven't tasted anything like this before.
I appreciate.
I appreciate your voice.
Yeah, let's just. I think we just like go with what he wants, even though, just though like he thinks we're being friendly. Don't get me wrong, Mr. Tusk, but of course I've tasted this greatness many times here already. Ooh. Get boomed on. I think I should go with that.
Okay, sure. That sounds good.
Don't get me wrong, Mr. Tusk, but of course I've tasted this greatness many times here already. Excuse me, President. I should have known that a man of your caliber would be a regular at Asteria. Oh my god, this is the hardest choice. So I'm not much of a stew man myself.
Oh, pasta.
Okay. Lesbian pasta. I ordered lesbian pasta for the main course. The servers took their notes and asked about the second dish. This is so important. Oh my god. Rice or salad? Rice? I ordered rice.
We're having the most bland meal of all time. That's 2 starch dishes, President. That's no good.
What is your suggestion? One of the servers quickly jumped into the conversation and told me that Mr. Tusk was right, and went on to explain why 2 starch dishes would not go together. He then offered to prepare me something special. I know this is not what it is, but it sounds like poison to me. Does it not?
A little bit, yeah. And people seem to like us sometimes and not like us other times. No, I want exactly what I ordered, you know? I want the pasta and the rice.
Yeah, no, I want exactly
They used to call me Starch Man, Lucky, and it's for good reason.
Oh my god, the server looked uneasy. He replied, "I'm sorry, Mr. President. This is a very special establishment, and we want to provide the best quality service. Therefore, we cannot serve 2 starch dishes." And
if I want 2 starch dishes, I get 2 starch dishes. Do you know who I am?
Oh, come on. He's the president. Serve him what he wants.
See, this man gets it. I don't care if you're Trump. If you like...
We just got an achievement called Carb Diet.
Yes!
After a brief argument, the server agreed to serve my order and apologized. The servers placed glasses in front of us, and each of us served the bread and water. Even more. After they were done taking orders, they quickly left us alone in a private room.
It's you.
Okay, wait. Give me a second. Mr. President. Mr. President. Mr. President.
Mr. President.
Mr. Mr. President, I didn't have the possibility to thank you for coming today. Your presence means a great deal. It's your...
Indeed, sir. It is. It is. He kind of looks like a vampire, but I don't want to do a Transylvanian accent. Lucky I'm in a difficult
Do what you want to do.
I'm in a difficult...
You're not
Indeed,
forced to
sir.
do anything.
It is an honor to dine with you. You know, let's go
No,
with
not Batman. You already have one Batman. You can't
No,
have
we
multiple
don't.
Batman.
The Batman guy we didn't keep as the Batman guy because it's too hard on my voice.
Well, then why do you think it would be any different this time? Why would it be any different this time?
Because it's always different, Lucky. It's what I want it to be. Okay, Indeed, sir. It is an honor to dine with you.
Likewise.
We should thank Simon for organizing this meeting. No need for that. I hope everybody enjoys the evening.
Simon gestured at the expensive-looking red wine bottle that one of the servers had just brought to the table.
Mr. President,
That looks amazing, yes or not?
That looks amazing.
That looks amazing.
Well, it tastes even better. Best of Lesbia, the Chateau de Flamenco, 1934.
Simon poured some wine in my glass and waited for me to taste it before filling it up. I took a sip. The taste of wine was immediately stimulating and delightful to my palate. It immediately reminded me of our visits to my father's vineyard when I was a little kid. Wow, we're really going in on this. The wine's sweet and bitter flavors exploded in my mouth. The aroma of gooseberries and lilacs tumbled across my tongue, and my mouth tingled with them long after I'd swallowed. It's your...
Sorry, I'm trying not to lose. How is it? Is the taste to your liking?
One.
Yeah.
It tastes
It
like
reminds
heaven.
me of heaven.
It reminds me of my father's vineyard. I've heard that he was a big wine connoisseur. May he rest in peace. I've just given up. Let's go 2 here. Or 1.
Yeah.
Do we wanna?
1. Just be kind.
Thank you. Simon filled up my glass. After filling everybody's glasses, Simon stood up and raised his own.
I'd like to raise a toast to all of you here today. We're meeting here tonight in difficult times, but I believe that with hard work, cooperation, and trust, we will all get through this period as well. I'd like to thank Mr. Rain again for his decisiveness when it comes to economic policies. I'm sure we will stop this recession. I also thank Mr. Tusk for being here today with us. His presence is an honor. And of course, my colleagues from the Business Council, Mrs. Agnock and Mr. Avon. Without you, none of these wouldn't have been possible. Let's drink to the future of cooperation and growth. For a prosperous Swordland.
Everybody raised their glasses and toasted each other. After a couple more minutes, the servers arrived with our meals. When I tasted the food, it went... Hey Sean, how you doing? Yeah, you liking the double hat? When I tasted the food, I went back to my past. It reminded me of my childhood in the city. Even though I couldn't recall much about my father, I remembered that he also loved the food from Esteria. So, how did you find the food? How did you find the food of the best fine dining restaurant in Lock Haven, Mr. President? Not a big fan of fancy food, but I must admit that's very tasty. Fine food.
4. Be nice.
Okay. This can't get old. It's an experience. The chef must be tipped.
Definitely it doesn't, but I will take care of the tip. Don't you worry.
Always generous when it comes to small things.
Tipping is no small thing. I actually don't like giving tips. More people have salaries for a reason. But anyway. How are things going in the Maroon Palace? The pressure must have increased after you attended that funeral.
Pressure was already high, now it's just changed. It did, but it was the right decision.
Yeah.
Yeah. It did, but it was the right decision.
Of course, I didn't mean to criticize your decision.
As we conversed with Mikhail, I heard Walter raise his voice in an apparent argument with Edith and Simon. We both stopped to listen. Arcasia knows the right of way of doing business. Their approach to the world is real and raw. I prefer that cutthroat approach in comparison to the nicest ties. Well,
I mean, it's a nice country to visit, too. I've traveled there often in business trips. Their attitude on...
all countries are nice to visit to if you have the cash. Certainly not at all. Money does turn the world around. Travel is the least you can buy with it. It's either, I think it has to be stay silent here. Mikhail joined in.
It certainly depends on what you're looking for. Cultural tourism doesn't require a fancy hotel. Last time I went somewhere for that sort of thing was at university, and even then, we had our wild times, thanks to Conrad's connection entourage. Also, Walter is talking us down the rabbit hole again. Taking us. Sorry. But, by the way, I saw the conclusion that the highway had already started. I have my concerns about your company, but I hope they do a good job. I expect that the project will bring in new investments from Magnolia. The mood is already becoming positive. I have to congratulate Mr. Rain for starting such a massive project.
2 or 1.
Yeah.
Or maybe even 3 could be an option. What's your opinion on this?
I would say just no need for that. Mr. Avon, the state is just doing its job.
No need for that, Mr. Evan. The state is just doing its job.
Of course! Mr. Hall also deserves credit, of course. Our great economy minister. Is there a joke coming? Why? I thought you said you were great at economy.
He laughed.
I've heard you bought a new villa, Simon. I don't comment on rumors, but I'll make an exception since we are among friends. It's true.
Oh. Let's just ask where the property is. Let's just avoid any confrontation. Where's the property?
It is a small seaside villa at the outskirts of Conrad. It is just a modest house with a swimming pool and a small golf course on property.
Okay. So I think 1 or 2 here. Obviously 1 or 2. I mean, so it's either we praise him, or because Mr. Cronty, you think he has a ties with Mr. Cronty?
I think it's
because that would be where he got his money from to buy this place. I'm just gonna see where this takes us. So you're becoming a neighbor to Marcel Cronty.
Not really. His place is very remote. It's your turn, Lucky.
Conrad has a way of pulling certain people in, it seems. Edith, who was sitting to my left, gently put her hand over my arm for a few seconds. Come on, let's not talk about finance or for politics for now. We came here to relax. She turned to Walter and Simon. Isn't that right, gentlemen? They nodded at her and took a sip from their drinks. She slightly leaned towards me. So, Mr. Ray, why don't you tell us what's behind that strong character of yours? I've heard your father was a very wealthy man. Would you say it contributed a lot to your success? This is weird.
Yeah, wait, is she the person? She's not the person we're having an affair, like almost having an affair with, right?
No.
Yeah, it's
No.
okay. It's a different person. Okay. So that's weird, because I mean, only we get to do stuff like that.
Yeah. What the president?
What the president?
Mr.
For crying out loud! Lucky. I don't know. It just seems, it just seems pretty strange to me, mate.
Let's just say 2 here.
Okay.
It certainly helped. Money opened a lot of doors.
Of course it did. What kind of a question is that, Edith? I've never met your family, Mr. President. How are they doing, if you don't mind me asking? They're doing pretty well, last I checked.
Do we know that?
Well, I mean, our son's always annoyed at us, but President.
Oh, I think he was talking about, like, our parents and, like, siblings.
I thought that he was talking about our, like, actual family.
Oh, let's just, think that that's what they're talking about and say they're doing great. They're doing great. We have no problems.
No problems whatsoever.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
no.
You're right.
That's great to hear. Your son must be very proud of you.
You were right.
Uh-huh.
Family is everything. My advice would be to make sure that Frank has a solid relationship with you. He is your future, after all.
That's right. Try my best to be a good father to him. I think he's a good option. Good option.
Okay.
Because we don't want to go on about how difficult he is to connect with.
The one.
That's true.
Yeah, but this part is also like, I don't know. Yeah, let's go for one. I'm trying my best to be a good father to him. He seems to be somewhat introverted.
I wish that was my son's biggest problem.
Darren seems to be doing fine. I saw that his yacht party in Benfey made the local news.
Well, that rascal doesn't even ask for permission to use the yacht, and just took it. He basically stole it. Wait, were these guys who were complaining about, like, finances, and now it's like, they got a yacht? I mean...
No, these, they're not complaining about finances. They're just, like, the finance ministers and stuff.
Okay. Good news is that I have finally convinced him to go to university. He will study economics at the TheLucky1ne Business School.
Still, you know.
That is a good choice. Having a degree in swordland separates you from the rabble, and especially don't need more people who understand economics.
Just gonna take that over. Anyway, sorry. It's still your
Talking of which, it's great that we have another leader who actually studied economics and understands it, like Mr. Alfonso.
Look at what he calls studying doesn't get you the finish line. Let's say 1 here. Look at what he caused. Studying doesn't get you to the finish line.
True, but I think I think it was his ambition that brought him down. Too many big changes in such a short time frame. Correction, it wasn't his policies that destroyed him, it was the old guard. This is fake news.
Of course it was, they are a big threat. I do not like the old guard as well. So yeah, of course it was, they are a big threat.
See, Lucky.
I can't, I'm gonna help my dog.
Okay.
So you have to do this.
Okay. He has threatened their economic power based over the country through a vast privatization plan. They removed him and backed you after. Well, Lucky deals with his dog. Let's just say, if there's anyone here who has not followed me on Twitch, We're getting close to 50 followers, and that's pretty PogChamp. So you might as well just follow. I mean, even if you aren't, you might as well, you know? Lucky, should they follow? That's my question.
I'm gonna say sure.
Yeah, see, Lucky said it.
Sure.
Endorsed by Lucky.
It's your go here.
Walter, stop with the conspiracy theories. I think we've had enough drinks.
Everyone went quiet. After a long silence, followed by some chit-chat, Walter ordered a bottle of whiskey.
Hey, like a good man.
I do love myself some good whiskey.
Yeah. That's one good-looking bottle.
The waiters brought one of the finest Arcadian whiskeys. It was time for a toast. Let's toast. Let's do it. Let's toast.
Yeah, let's toast.
I stood up to give a toast. To wealth and success. To a constructive and beneficial future. What do you think?
I think, I raised to our... Well, we're not necessarily happy, but I think we're happy enough. I think that one would probably be one of the better ones.
Okay, sure. I raise to our health and happiness, the two things that one needs for a happy life. I will gladly drink to that.
Me too! And I think it's time we call it a night.
Edith stood up. Most of us were a little tipsy at this point. I wanted to thank you, Mr. President, for joining us. You, Simon, and you, Simon, for putting us together. For joining with a bunch of ugly rich men. Thank you all for being here. What do you think?
Thank you all for being here. I think it's...
Okay.
Well, 2 is funnier. So if we want to go with
Yeah,
the funny
no.
option.
Sure, let's see what happens.
Okay.
Thank you, Edith, for joining with a bunch of ugly rich men.
That's definitely not me. The president of jokes. Mr. Thanks for being here.
After bidding our farewells, we slowly walked out of the restaurant. The moon was shining bright as everyone except Walter left in luxury cars. President, a moment alone, please. He called me inside a small VIP lounge. Let's talk from here. Let's not ignore him. We're not going to follow him. We'll just talk. What do you want? It's your...
Usually, the Lotharburg spokesman doesn't directly comment on the administration, but I'd like to say a few things since this was a special evening and I'm very tipsy.
I'm all ears. Sure. Let's just say I'm all ears. I'm all ears. Go ahead. I'm all ears.
Finally,
Be a president that listens to the people. It won't be easy to pass the new constitution through the assembly and the Supreme Court.
We could help you get it through if you, in return, help us with a few economic requests.
Okay. Walter lit his cigar and took a few drags before continuing. The consensus is that we see eye in eye in the economic direction you have taken by promoting a market economy. I'm glad that the group is supportive. I'm going to see a collaborative.
I would say that I'm glad to see the group is supportive.
Yeah, I'm glad to see the group is supportive of the decision. It was calculated.
There are many who put their trust in you.
Walter smiled.
Personally, I don't believe in any of them.
You rejected our previous discreet offer to pick Underhaul Construction for the execution of the first mega infrastructure project. This action led to disappointment in the group. Oh,
Lucky when you had said the MAGA infrastructure project. Maybe.
Did I actually?
Yeah. We are aware of the upcoming tax meeting, and it would be a step in the right direction if private corporations would get a tax cut. No, it wouldn't. We have absolutely no money whatsoever already.
Boost the economy with job creation, of course. And the positive side effect would be our support to the administration throughout the entire term. Let's just say 2 here.
Yeah.
I will make tax decisions objectively. I can't promise you anything.
Oh, let's not be hasty. The recession will end if Rothenberg is on your side, President. Can you
Why
promise
can't
that,
we
though?
all just be friends?
Why can't we be friends? Why can't we
Maybe
be
we
friends?
can. I'll see what I can do. So his
We
what
don't
he's
got
asking
any other
for
plans for
isn't
the economy. If he's got
what he's asking for isn't horrible.
it'll it'll boost our economy, and that is a thing that is
Will
getting
it?
dangerously low. Yeah.
If we cut taxes on businesses,
Well, no. It's not that we're cutting taxes on businesses. Is that they basically. That's not why it'll boost the economy. It'll boost the economy because then they'll be able to offer more jobs, and if they're able to offer more jobs, then that's more employment, and that boosts the economy.
I think we should go with him here.
Okay.
Or this is not even going with him. It's just saying I'll see what I can do.
Yeah.
Maybe we can. Oh, I'll see what I can do. Excellent. Glad to hear this.
The group wants a private corporation tax cut and privatization in healthcare and education.
This is good, actually. We want the second part, like, definitely.
Do we, though? Because that means less accountability. If it's private, it means less accountability.
Yeah, but if it's private, it means money, and we need that.
Uh-huh, okay.
And it also means, like, they get developed in smaller areas, right?
That is, yeah.
Like, there's more money to go around to develop it. Like, yes, there's less accountability, but it's like, yeah.
We gotta go with one.
Okay.
We don't.
I think, yeah, one goes well here. So, I will give a private corporation tax and enable privatization in health and education. I'm very satisfied to hear this. To us in the prosperous future of Swordland. He smiled. Glad we could come to an agreement, Walter.
I
See
don't
you,
like that we're
President.
allying with Trump, but it seems to give us quite a few benefits.
Yeah, we need to benefit because we need the money,
Yeah.
and so we'll stick with him.
Well, not
Walter
only do
left
we need
in
the
third.
money, we need, like, we're not gaining any money from this, but we're gaining economy. We're gonna make people more happy. But we're
Yeah,
also
I
gonna
get
make people sad because people are gonna be like, no, bad privatization, but they'll be like, yeah, but look at all the new jobs. So
Yeah.
it'll be kind of a trade-off.
Walter left and Serge came to pick me up. Enter the car. I entered the car and we drove to our residence in Lockhaven. Serge took the seaside route. Oh,
That was a long section.
yeah, I know. It took like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Bill on rights of workers being drafted. The Grand National Assembly of Swordland will vote on a bill on Thursday to protect workers' rights in Swordland that supporters are calling the most ambitious pro-labor legislation in decades. The worst bill in the Assembly.
Uh-oh.
Presidents meets with Business Council. Moorville mine disaster, 112 dead. Disaster hit Moorville last night when one of the main support shafts in the Moorville coal mine collapsed, having many coal miners instead. The collapsing structure has also started an underground fire, turning the sky black with ash and sorrow in Moorville today.
That ain't good, Chief.
Chief, that ain't good. Let's see what we got in here. I just want to see. Ooh, this is big. Let's do this, yeah. Car bomb attack in Arvery. A car parked in an Agno-Sordish-dominated neighborhood in the outskirts of Arvery has exploded. Arvery police reported that there are no casualties or injuries. The initial investigation found that the car was rigged with a timed bomb. No perpetrators have been found connected to the incident so far. Further investigations are ongoing and details have not shared being with the public. school poisoning connected with Bludish women. Vilma Asir, who was working in the school kitchen, was apprehended with connections to last week's school cafeteria poisoning in Rybel. The act was found to be politically motivated, as the perpetrators are connected to the banned Bludish Freedom Party. Asir is suspected to have been an active member of the Bludish Freedom Front since the start of this year. She has been sentenced to 60 years in prison. So this is a big meeting, Sydney.
Sounds like it.
It's a budget allocation for the government of Swordsman. This is huge if we want to, you know, do things. This is like, yeah, another, yeah?
I have 640 hours of playtime in Minecraft on the Switch.
That's insane. Well, you probably have over 1,000. How many hours do you have on your computer and like?
Okay, so the thing is that I might
And your
actually have more on
phone
my Switch because I've had my Switch for longer than like I've had Minecraft.
Well, then like, including like your Xbox and like.
Oh, my
including
Xbox I
your-
have more than my Switch. My Xbox is like the biggest contributor to my Minecraft playtime that I have.
So how much playtime do you think you have?
So last time I checked on Xbox, I had like 45 days, I think. Something like that, maybe a little bit more.
Wait, 45 days?
Yeah.
How many hours is that?
That's let me just go and look this up, okay? So 45
calculate it.
times 24, 1,080. I think I actually have more than that. First of all, and second of all, okay, Lucky. Beginning of quarantine, we were all doing stuff. Okay.
Oh, I'm not judging. I'm not. Yeah, please don't think this is as judging you. The preparations for the government budget were finished. Most of the cabinet gathered in the White Room for the important occasion. Oh my God. Look how many people are in here. Luckily, there's no new voices, which is good. I'm pretty much out of my voice library, and I'm needing more.
Lucky, I've been out of my voice library for a while.
I'm almost reaching that point. Nearly half a year had passed since my inauguration. The cabinet looked overworked. So it's been a year and a half so far. I mean, half a year so far. I would like to use this opportunity for a statement. Welcome, everybody. Great to see you.
Hello. I gotta remember all of my voices.
This is you as well, I think?
Mr. President.
Sadly, Peter Vector and Gus Magner and David Whiskey won't be attending this meeting.
Yeah, because you didn't have enough
They're working
space
on
on
the
the
upcoming
side of the
trade-
thing to include them.
Yeah, they are working on the upcoming trade agreements with Wellen and Agnolia.
May the Lord be with them.
So I'm pretty sure these three and all these guys are pretty much everybody in our cabinet. I'm pretty sure it's like literally everybody. Sierra gave a barely disgusted eye roll.
Disguised.
Oh, right, sorry.
Sierra.
Before we begin, is nobody gonna mention the ban on red youth and young swords? However much their political aims might differ from our administration's, surely you must agree that freedom of expression must be protected at all costs. Is this me as well?
Yep.
I don't remember this.
No, that's Jack's voice. But we have to decide which one is.
Oh, shoot. Can you do it, please? Please, I'm out of women's voices.
Fine. I mean,
Fully out.
I've run out of voices, but I just.
It's just like an area.
Should I just swap? Oh, that might be my. I think that might be my New York accent person.
Okay, go with her. Oh yeah, it was.
Nia, I mean, wait, that's not my New York accent. Oh my God. Nia, I mean Mrs. Morgana is right. That's not my New York accent. Lucky, what am I doing with myself?
Nia flashed her appreciative smile. Just say a phrase or something to get yourself.
Yeah. Hey, Tony, you want a box of pizza? That's not the voice. I don't know, Lucky. I don't know.
Yeah, do it. Just do it.
I myself who fought from to the Red Youth's politics than the Young Swords, but I believe that both.
She broke off as she noticed that Lucian, Simon, and Joseph were looking at her, and Nia in stony silence. Ladies, let's leave the extraneous chit-chat for afternoon tea. Sierra shot a pleading look at Lelis, who merely pursed her lips disapprovingly. If you have problems with the band, call a separate meeting with me. Simon started loudly shuffling some documents around. All eyes turned to the Minister of Economy. Let's begin. Thanks to Simon's expertise, I am sure we will achieve many great things today.
Thank you for the
Sydney?
compliment. Sorry, that word didn't make sense to me.
Still you here.
Sorry. Today is a big day. We must prioritize our spending wisely in order to achieve goals we set as a government.
While maintaining enough political support, if I may add, promises were made during the election.
There are three options regarding the budgeting of the four main branches of the government. It's either to increase, maintain, or decrease the funding. Increasing will result in an improvement of the branch, which will unlock new policy options. Maintaining will keep the funding, resulting in no visible change. Decreasing causes a loss of efficiency in that branch.
Can we rely on the private sector to support us?
I'm sure we can do that to a certain extent in some branches, like education and health. Our universal healthcare system must be protected and not tainted by private greed or interest.
So I'll take this voiceover.
Okay.
Need to concentrate when making good choices that have ripple effect. He's just gonna be like super quiet and like weird. It's your.
Okay. We
your
have to be
go.
careful as to what we fund, so we have resources remaining for other investment project.
Reduction in funding in certain branches. We should prioritize the most critical branches.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think, Cindy?
Yeah, that we should prioritize most critical branches. Also, Lucky,
Yeah.
I looked it up. I have 65 days, 2 hours and 3 minutes. 65
On PC?
No, this is on. I can't check PC. This is on Xbox, and it says 1,560 hours. Agreed. We have to make strategic decisions about our budget since our resources are fairly limited. I've traveled 48 million blocks. Before we begin our discussion, there's one more thing I want to voice my opinion on. As we manage the government budget, we are obviously able to go into debt to invest in different branches. Although debt is a possibility, under these circumstances, it would dent our financial system, worsening the economic crisis if we push it too far.
A point from me as well to everyone before the discussion. Given the current state of the economy, the economic situation is a political priority right now, more so than ever.
This budget would also be applicable to our entire term. It is very critical that we plan correctly.
But still you.
Let's begin then. Which branch should we discuss first?
Okay, what do we want to hear first?
Let's talk about healthcare.
Healthcare?
Yeah.
Let's talk about healthcare. Our system is vast and provides free services to most of our citizens. However, the quality of our health services is far worse in low income and rural areas. Therefore, I think we should receive more funding to address this disparity.
I agree. I have recently begun an investigation into healthcare in Nepal. Then the numbers are not good.
If we don't increase spending on health services, we at least need to maintain it. Otherwise, we are putting lives at risk.
Lives.
We have just started a new analysis on what would happen if a pandemic struck to Swordland. According to these results, our healthcare facilities remain in their current state. The death toll would be unimaginable. I'm not even talking about the damage to the economy. It's a matter of life and death. The president, and it should be treated as such.
Well, that's worrying.
To improve our healthcare, what else can we... Let's just say one here. This is indeed worrying. We must try to fix whatever we can as the government. Let's discuss law enforcement.
Oh yeah, that's me.
Yep.
I would like to have an increase in funding of law enforcement, to increase the size of the police force, and raise salaries. Oh, sorry. We have so many internal threats to tackle, and I'm already stretching my units far too thin with the limited resources allocated to me. Since when is she in charge of the government? Not the government, the army.
What?
Law enforcement.
Minister of the Interior. Yeah, this
sense.
guy's the army dude.
Yeah.
Nia cleared her throat.
Can I go and
Law
fill my
enforcement
water
is
bottle,
certainly
Lucky?
a high priority. However, I feel attacking internal corruption is far higher. It's of far higher importance than increasing our police presence. Directing the funds to my department would solve the problem at its root. If corruption is still rampant, all the police in the world won't help us. We need a specialized anti-corruption police unit, which we can create if the funds were directed to me. Here you go here.
I know, I'm drinking water, sorry.
It's fine.
I agree with Mrs. Morgana. We should not reward a structure that is responsible for an even increasing number of human rights violations. Additionally, corruption is the reason our government inefficiencies. It needs to be tackled. I got the voice back.
Indeed you do.
The police is there to serve and protect the people of Swordland, Mrs. Wilder. That is exactly what they are doing.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to increase police budgets.
More funding will allow us to take care of our police forces. It is quite a simple choice, given the correct status of the country. Oh! I agree with
I agree with Sierra.
None of them are amazing options.
I think corruption may be something we fund.
I think we should work on healthcare or education. To be honest.
Yeah, no, I'm not disagreeing. I think we could agree with Sierra in this. That's just saying we won't fund it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with Sierra. What would people think of us if we fund the police after all that has happened? Yeah, it's time to hear opinions on the military. I think the military we need to keep funding at the same level.
Yeah.
We can't decrease it because
what is that there to hear about? I already voiced my opinions. Remember, is coming, whether we like it or not. If not this year, next year. If not next year, the year after that. If not the year after that, well then it'll be the year after that. Mr. President, you and I have shared responsibility to protect this nation from its enemies, and I intend to do so until my last breath. I don't know if you feel the same way. I will say this with certainty: if Rumberg doesn't make a move against Swordland in 2 or 3 years, my name is not Rumberg.
Joseph.
No, sorry, yeah, Joseph can say.
So, but that
Let's
does
say-
mean we have 2 or 3 years. These other problems are like we need to invest now.
Now, yeah.
Like we got 2 or 3 years of time. Yosef was beginning to lose control of the volume of his voice. It's funny because you literally just switch it so much he loses his voice.
There can be no argument against increasing the budget for our army when there is an enemy on our doorstep waiting for us to make one wrong move. Anyone who thinks otherwise is a fool.
Mr. Lancia.
Right now, right, pardon my theatrics, sir, but this is a serious matter. The future of our country is up to you, Mr. President.
Well, here is an argument. The armed forces does nothing but eat away financial resources destined for our people, while stoking fears for an upcoming war. The issues with Rumberg can be solved diplomatically. What kind of a message are we sending to them if the whole world, if we suddenly start ramping up our military budget?
We are ready to defend our nation, Mrs. Waldo. Exactly.
Okay, what do you think here?
I don't know.
So it's 2 or 3.
Yeah.
So, which one will make Yosef like us more?
I think that Yosef isn't the sharpest tool in the tool shed. I think that pretty much whatever we do, he'll follow behind us like a loyal dog, but I honestly don't know. I think we need to be as diplomatic as possible.
Okay, I was
That's
thinking
just
2 as well here.
Yeah.
I agree with Sierra, as diplomatic as possible. What about education? So this is the one we said we're gonna fund. So I think we say we're gonna fund this one.
Yeah.
Our education system is lacking, not only in funding, but also in modern curricula principles. Our outdated curriculum is wasting our youth. This is the reason why I advocate 2 things: an increase of the budget to improve access to education in rural areas, and a new education reform. To be honest, Swordland is lacking compared to Arcasia and United Contana when it comes to education levels. The backbone of any country is its people, and we need to protect our future. We need to ensure the new generation is as well educated as their counterparts in the more modern countries.
Nonsense! Swordland is still here because of this very system that you insult. How can you insult a system that teaches our sons and daughters the principles of national identity and pride?
Just because it teaches us that doesn't mean it's not teaching us other things. I mean
Yeah.
us. Why am I saying us? I'm saying that
We
like I'm
won't
a
be
student
compared
here.
to other countries. Swordland is Swordland. I agree with Lilas. Swordland is Swordland.
I must remind you that we promised that we are going to focus on education during our campaign. Yeah, let's just say you are right, Lucian. You are right, Lucian. We can't let the people down.
Very good. Sorry. Very good talking points from everyone. Well then. The time to make a decision on the budget has come. Consider it with care, Mr. President.
Simon placed a stock of papers on my table. Okay.
Health.
Okay. Okay.
I say that we increase health and education. We're gonna go slightly into debt, but
I think health. And I don't think we should invest in health.
okay.
But let's read through this. The healthcare of the system was at a crossroads. Since the 1940s, the difference in quality between urban and rural hospitals was getting worse, and the average life expectancy dropped. The situation was becoming relatively dire. We click increase, click maintain, decrease. So we can decrease and get more budget that way. So
Yeah,
if we
but what do we
increase
want to
this, we
decrease?
can
'Cause,
decrease other things.
like, everything is already so terrible. Like, if we decrease something,
So we're gonna increase this?
I think we gotta. Like, we're currently in a
Okay.
really bad situation for stuff like that.
Next, education
Increase.
increase. Education system was overburdened. The lack of schools, teachers, and even equipment in certain areas caused massive gaps in what was otherwise known as the most robust systems around a decade ago. Yeah, please think carefully. So increase that. Next. Okay.
Line enforcement. So,
Increased crime, lawlessness, and a new wave of immigration has pushed many elements of the law enforcement to their limits. Judges, of course, are barely keeping up with their backlog of cases. On the other hand, the police are overburdened. So we can maintain this, but
we can't decrease.
I'm
this.
afraid, huh?
We can't decrease this.
Yeah, there's a lot of things we can't decrease though.
We can't
We
decrease
can just
anything
go back, right?
right now. Yeah.
We can always go back, right?
Yeah,
So,
we can't
let's go
decrease
next.
anything right now.
So do we go into debt here?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna maintain our military, our law enforcement,
Let's be
education,
honest,
and health
Lucky.
are going up.
Which country isn't in debt?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Are we done here?
Yeah.
Okay. Your promises will be remembered, and they have consequences.
Yes.
Are we sure?
Yeah.
Okay. I had finished allocating the government budget to the satisfaction of some cabinet members, along with this dismay of others. They and I knew this would define a significant part of our term.
We have a deficit in our hands. We'll need to resort to debt to finance investments. This is worrying.
Agreed. Well then, let's start with law enforcement. Let's leaned forward and put her hand on her chin. Nia was looking down at the floor.
I suppose we'll have to make do with what we have. This is not the best situation for us.
I'm not sure what we'll be able to do if the budget doesn't change. Any statements on the matter, sir?
Yeah, you guys know the biggest issue that we have. We're worrying about people dying and being able to educate people.
I trust you to push the Ministry of Interior and Justice forward. Or the continuation of the existing set of budgetary conditions. So let's just click one here.
Okay.
I trust you to push the Ministry of Interior and Justice forward.
Our efforts will be maintaining order with what we have.
Here I was thinking the Rand administration would be on the side of law and justice. Let's hear the Minister of Education. Sierra was eager to comment.
The increase in funding is very welcome. We can finally go after some comprehensive improvements by building new schools and improving the education system.
Surely a well-funded and larger Ministry of Education would benefit everyone.
Our future depends on our children. Education is the first step in the fight against ignorance.
Education is our future and it will not be sidelined. Our focus on it is clear. I don't think we should have funded health. Damn it.
Lucky, we should have funded health. We want people not to die. Our healthcare system is in shambles. People are dying.
I think if we just kept it if we maintained it, like, because we can push it into privatization and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But maybe you're right.
I think that it just makes sense to fund health.
Okay.
Like,
Education is our future and will not be sidelined. Our focus on it is clear, Mr. Warner.
Thank you. It is great to see a positive change in the attitude of the administration for the first time in a decade.
The military is next. Sierra clearly wasn't finished, but didn't interject. Yosef claimed, chimed in.
it is a shame that the military won't be getting an increase. I will have to make sacrifices to maintain our defense.
Lucian seemed as if he was about to say something, but looked down at his notepad when Yosef eyed him. With your talent and experience, you will overcome the issues our military faces.
It'll be harder to do so, but I shall find ways. It is my duty.
Joseph leaned back in his chair.
Let's hear from Mr. Bunnywall.
Thank you, sir. This health budget increase will help me focus on improvements. Our people will be safer than ever. I am also planning to tackle issues like the lack of rural hospitals and the recent worrying numbers of maternal deaths.
Welfare must remain a priority for our term. There is no way around it.
Healthcare is very important for us, and as we move forward, it will improve drastically. It feels invigorating to have the weight of the government behind my cause.
That covers all branches. Each minister will approach you with their respective policy requests and expectations over the next year.
Thank you for your time and participation in this specific moment. The meeting is concluded. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate your time and effort. I would be here without you. Yeah. Regardless of what happened, I wouldn't be here without you. Don't forget that we are a team. The ministers bid their farewells, some excitedly, others dejectedly. The cabinet slowly dispersed out of the White Room. The budget of our term was concluded.
Okay, I gotta go and fill up my water bottle. I'll be back in a second.
Okay.
You can just look through things and show them to stream.
Yeah. So now we have some successful improvements have relieved the strained welfare system from the worst, but not all issues are solved. The budget for healthcare has been increased, which gives new economic opportunities for care. The budget for education has increased, allowing for new improvement opportunities in the system. Oh, and Cindy, we're done with the turn.
Yeah, I was yeah, with the healthcare thing, I was kind of just worried about like if a pandemic happens or like an epidemic.
Yeah.
Of any kind.
So Cindy, our welfare has gone to yellow. So it was at red before, now it's bumped up to yellow.
So is education.
So that's good. No.
Oh, okay.
So all these things we can fix when like she
Inconsistent
tells us
curriculum
what
will
to spend.
probably be fixed by.
So this just means like the money we've given. It's just but like when they ask like what to spend the money on, this is when we can like fix one of these things. So we'll be able to fix at least two of these things, of these reds. So that's good. Yeah, so we have the continue button here. Let's just check news. 1954 Storage Government. After a marathon 18 hours of negotiations to start government for the current government's thing, government's average is spending around 27 billion next year, almost 16 billion more than last year. More than this year. Sees major increase in welfare. The Ministry of Education, two smaller ministries in Sorland will see their budget grow more than expected, which will especially improve the quality and accessibility of all the services around the nation. Okay, let's go here. Read the report. Reform Committee Status Report. Lucy and Gilad reported that so far they've been able to get in total 87 signatures behind their proposal. Efforts are underway to increase the support and reach out to the necessary members. So we need 150 for this. So hopefully we get to that. Let's continue. So I think this is the turn 3.
This is gonna be our last.
So City, I think each turn is so like turn 1. Actually, I was gonna say I think each turn is like a quarter of a year, but maybe I'm wrong.
So this is gonna be our last turn of
This year. I'm not sure though. I think I'm wrong because it said we're only halfway through, so maybe there's 6 turns in a year.
Oh my god, this game is never gonna end, Lucky.
It will never end. Oh no, that's chapter 1.
Oh.
So we're a quarter of the way done through the whole game.
Oh wow. chapter 2. Wait, so does that mean
new
that a year has
storyline.
passed?
I don't know what that means.
Well, because if we have a 4-year term, as like
Well, I
president.
think we can have 2 terms though, and
Oh.
obviously I think just like time, you have to set everything up at the beginning, and like the first chapter is just setting everything up, and then time is gonna go a bit faster.
Yeah. Well,
But if a chapter, a lot of stuff is gonna be changed once we
should we
get
end
through
here
this.
then? Would that make the most sense?
Well, let's read everything.
like,
Let's
okay,
not
yeah.
start another.
Yeah.
We'll just read all the small stuff. News. Lockhaven League of Women marched. Hundreds of women organized by the Swedish League of Women marched and called for gender equality in the country. The group held signs highlighting the issues of domestic violence, the wage gap, maternity leave, and the sexist attitudes in the education system. Police forces quickly created a security cordon to protect the march after a large group of religious counter-protesters arrived. The Vazlandian Navy forces Agnolian drill ship to retreat from Hedgeland.
Holcomb.
Navy Chief Admiral Kort Hexler on Tuesday said Agnolian drilling ship was driven away from Vagland exclusive economic zone in the Nederlander Sea recently, asserting that such activities will be dealt with swiftly and sternly. Arcasia fires the M4 ICBM.
Oh.
Dwight Walker has announced the first successful Arcasian intercontinental ballistic missile test, which was conducted at a military test site at the Nuam Atoll in the middle of the Oceania. The fired missile, codenamed Missile 4, flew several thousands of kilometers towards the direction of United Cortana before crashing down at the sea close to the abandoned radioactive Rostov Island. Okay, let's hear from Magnolia. Agnolia offshore drilling near Hedgie Island increases tensions. Agnolia has started a new oil drilling operation very close to the disputed territory of Hedgie Island. The tensions increased when the situation turned into a standoff between Vagslandian and Agnolian warships. It took several hours for the gridlock to be resolved, and the situation was de-escalated for now.
Lucky. Crab Rave is playing.
I can see the crab raving. Okay. Military equipment outdated. The General Staff has performed an analysis on our borders to assess our military defense capabilities against a potential Rumberg attack. The results show that our military equipment is outdated and needs a replacement as soon as possible. The continuation of the worrying report shows that in the event of an attack, our border would be broken through easily, leaving primary regions of Swordland exposed. Education. In rural regions require improvements. Sierra Walda reports that the current education institutions in rural regions of Swordland have been largely neglected. As part of her analysis, the literacy rate in Swordland currently stands at 80%, while rural regions like Narbel has a literacy rate of only 64%. The lack of schools per capita also reflects these results. Massive network of BFF priests discovered. The Vice Minister of the Interior has reported the discovery of a large-scale underground network of the BFF that encompasses all cities in Bergia. Under the guise of state-sanctioned priesthood, the BFF has recruited hundreds and possibly thousands of Nurti worshippers, including non-Bluish citizens, who support their cause for independence. A dozen arrests were made, but since most police officers don't speak Bluish, it'll be difficult to find the actual ringleader priests of the network. A request has been made to ban Bluish as a language from sanctuaries. So we can obviously not do that. Can't ban a language. And then here's the last thing. I think, possibly the last thing. Benfey Regional Airport overcrowded. We have been receiving reports about the capacity of Benfey Regional Airport. The mayor of Benfey is preparing to put a request forward for an investment to build an international airport for the city. For touristic regions like Benfey, he claims that it would increase the overall prosperity of Swordland. Or I guess we can do this, Sydney.
Okay. Sure.
So this will be the last thing.
So
Workers' right Rights Act. Section 1 establishes a minimum wage of 2.5 Swedish rent per hour. Section 2 sets weekly maximum hours of 60 hours of labor. Section 3 establishes a double overtime pay per hour of 40 a week. Section 4 determines that workers are to be protected against occupational hazards and be provided humane work conditions. Section 5 establishes that migrant or undocumented workers have the same workers' rights as citizens. If any employer shall not abide by these rules, they will be heavily fined by the government. If not corrected, will face. Oh no, we shouldn't have. I don't want to do this right now, actually.
Yeah. Can you click
Because
the
if we
arrow
sign
on the
this,
side?
it's -1 government budget.
Oh, I know. If you don't want to sign this right now, you can click the arrow at the top right.
I know.
But
Let's just pause and save this for another time.
Let's just.
I don't want to go
Let's
through this
think
stress.
about
I do
this.
not want to go through the stress. I don't think we can sign that.
Yeah. I don't think that we can, but that's sad because it's a really, really nice bill.
I know.
Help a lot.
We shouldn't have invested in our thing.
We had to invest in our healthcare, Lucky.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did.
It's fine. It's fine.
Lucky, we want to get our welfare up as much as possible.
Okay,
That's what
I have
makes
to hop
people
off like
happy.
right now. If that's okay.
Yeah, yeah. I'll just say goodbye to stream.
Okay.
Stream! This has been a fun time. There were some ups, there were some downs. Lucky got mad at me because I wanted to expand the healthcare. But all in all, it was a stream. I can confidently say that. So I'm gonna find someone to raid. I think I'll probably just raid like. I don't know. Don't really have any viewers. You know what? I'll just raid Eric. Or no, I'll just. You know what? I'll raid Captain Sparkles. 10. Captain Sparkles. There's a Z on the end. You know, you gotta remember that. See you in the future.